Hi, I'm Lazu. Welcome back to KCZIN. Go to the website to kczin.com and become a supporter to keep the pro-independence movement message alive. So we're looking at a very difficult time right now. Democrats are in a really hot mess because they keep losing now in terms of the Republicans are taking away their seats. They're turning blue states into red states, and they're not trying to figure out why it happened. What's the problem? Why isn't not everybody buying into what we have to offer? Well, it's quite clear that that party has already lost a lot of what they thought they were going to bring in 2020 to this year. By 2022, the way it looks, it's out. People are getting rid of it. Now, we're going to talk about what is it that they're getting rid of and what is the best comparisons as far as making something better than what they have to offer for our people. Our people have been misled by this party thinking that they were going to get better things. I want to make one note here to you before we go into their discussion. They are the ones who have caused all these problems. In 2021, the Mahali Party, that's the party for our people, the pro-independence party, that party that's promising to give you a nation of your own for our people. That same party put on their platform, the number one issue on their platform in 2021 was creating safe cities for our people. Safe cities for our people. There was no discussion about defunding police departments, which is absolute lunacy. If you get rid of the police, who's going to police? For all those people, for all these politicians that were talking about we have to defund, guess what? They got defunded. These politicians are getting kicked out of office because the people have been misled and thinking that there was a solution, and reality became a nightmare. All they caused is more problems instead of solving the original problems. They just kept stacking up the problems. And that's what happened in Washington today and this whole week. Politicians in the Democratic Party are having remorse. I want you to listen to a couple of the Democratic politicians in Washington.
Was it a mistake for the White House to engage in negotiations with Manchin and Sinema for as long as they did on this larger bill?
You know, I am really not going to look backward. I'm looking forward to what we can do in the next 10 days, 2 weeks, because our window here is closing for credibility.
Finger blame, but I will tell you this, there's no time left. This warning to us came early enough for us to do something about it. Now we have to respond.
So now they're discussing the fact that there's a big issue. They realize they have all these problems, and all these problems has caused people now to waver. That's right. Within the Democratic Party, Democratic Party is moving back and forth against each other. You have the Democrats who are just the base of Democrats. You have your conservative Democrats, and now you have the socialists. The socialists in the Democratic Party, they're the ones who came up with all these horrible ideas that people were chanting in 2020 in marches and protesting, defund, defund, defund. It's now come to bite them, and now people are thinking about getting rid of them. They got rid of one this week on Tuesday. The governor of Virginia is ousted. He's out the door. This is not the end. 2022 is about to come. Right now, the predictions are at least 63 members of Congress who are Democrats are about to get ousted. Yeah, that's what the polls are showing. And they're getting very nervous because they've been listening to these crazy people in their party with crazy ideas. Why would you want to get rid of the police instead of solving the problems within the police department? Absolute lunacy. They call themselves the progressives, they're socialists, whatever they call themselves, they're crazy. The Mahali Party has always had the solution. We need to start creating safe cities, and we had the way that it could be attained without defunding the police. Well, that won't be to 2022 because they're all stuck with what they decided to do. Now, I want you to take a close listen how bad this really is. When I say bad, how much the party, the Democratic Party, is beginning to implode. This is an analysis made by one of their strategists, and listen to what he has to say about the current situation in the party, what happened on Tuesday, an election day, and what does that mean to their party, the Democratic Party. Listen.
These numbers are bad. This is not these are our voters. These are voters that came to us in 2018, came to us in 2020, and have abandoned us in droves in 2 states that should be in our column. That's a big deal. That is a 5-alarm fire.
As you can see, this is the great call. The call to regroup, because they are in serious trouble. And who is their enemy that caused all these problems to them? Themselves, members of their own party. Now, in spite of all that, in spite of all these issues that are taking place, there's still a lot of Democrats, the majority of the Democrats are still blinded by what's going on. And what are they doing? They're blaming other people beside themselves. It's not the members in their party. It's not the politicians who came up with these ideas. No, that's not the problem. The problem is everybody else. And in particular, they're pointing out the Republicans, but they haven't fixed their inside problem within their actual party. Now, to show you how much of this idea is still prevalent within the party, I want you to take a look at what the leader of the party in Washington, the Speaker of the House, what she had to say in reference to making changes within their party, considering that they're fighting over these bills because crazy ideas are being propelled. Crazy ideas are being fought by the reasonable Democrats. And they're in a battle. They can't come to a conclusion. And this is what the Speaker of the House is saying. And her behavior is really critical, how she responds to this actual journalist asking her about solving this problem. And when you watch how she responds and how she treats that journalist, you realize that's the reason they're in the mess that they're in. Watch.
Do you expect to vote tonight? And is it possible that you might just vote on the infrastructure bill, considering everybody seems to be bought in and saying it's ready for a vote?
No.
Okay, so Build Back Better today, and what are the big hurdles you have to overcome?
I'll let you know as soon as I wish to. But we're
There you go. So that's the issue. They are not going to change anytime soon. I guess they'll have to lose 63 more seats to really feel the real ideas that they have are really crazy and just complete wacko, absolute wacko ideas. But our people are not that way. We have never been that way. We have been misled by these people that said they have the solutions, but we know that there are better solutions. The Mahali Party is the one that has the solution. So be sure to go to mahaliparty.org. That's right, mahaliparty.org. Join the party of our people, the pro-independence party for our people. No crazy ideas, just practical ideas that make perfect sense and brings true solutions for our people.